Everyone, this is Shashank Singh and we are in the way of learning Python programming language. In our previous video, we have covered many of the data types including integer, floating point, complex number, string, list, dictionary and tuple data types. So if you have to go through all those lectures, you can go ahead and check it out in my previous videos, right? Today we're going to discuss about a very important data type which will be set, right? So as you can see on my screen as well, set is unordered collection of item in which each element is unique, which mean here unordered collection refers to we don't have to take care of indexing this time as we have seen in list, string and tuple data type, right? So in set, each element gets stored at random locations without any indexes, right? So in set, each element is unique as well, which mean even if you are pushing some duplicate value while creating a set, then also it will return a unique element post execution, right? So this is a basic overview of set which I have given. Now we'll discuss about today's agenda. So we'll see how exactly we can create set, right? Also we'll see how exactly we can find length of set. We'll see few operations like adding, updating, removing, deleting elements from the set, right? We'll see what is union and intersection of two sets, right? Also we'll see differences of two sets. We'll discuss how exactly we can access element from a set. We'll discuss about frozen set as well, right? So this is all about our today's agenda, right? So let's do not waste our precious time and let's just get started. So here I'm using Jupyter Notebook. So first of all, we'll see how exactly we can create a set. So there are two ways. First way is using curly braces and second way is using set constructor. So we'll see one by one, right? So first of all, I'm creating a set using curly braces, right? So I'm writing a variable set1 here. Now I'm writing curly braces. Now I'm giving some value, right? Like we have inserted in list and tuple. So I'm writing Shashank as a string type. Now I'm writing few integer value as well. Now I'm writing few floating value, right? Now I'm writing one complex number as well. So this is my set, right? So I have created one set using curly braces and this is my set. So let me check how can we create a set using set constructor. So what I'm doing is set2 here, right? Now we have to write set constructor first. Now we can provide value using list, like, right? So I'm writing 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 1 comma 1. So here you can see I have provided few duplicates value as well, wherein 1 is repeating few times. Now I'm providing ABC as a string. Now I'm providing 3.4 as well. Now again I'm giving a duplicate value 3.4, right? So this is my set. I've created one set via set constructor now, right? So this is my set. Here you can see even if we are inserting some duplicates value while creating a set, then also it will return, it is returning unique value here, right? Unique value post execution. So this is all about set, right? Now we can check how many elements are there in a particular set. So we have to use len function. So you can write the variable name and you'll get to know there are 5 elements are there in set 2. Similarly you can get to know for set 1 as well. So in set 1 there are 4 elements, right? So this is how you can check length of this set. If you want to check what are the type of this variable, so you can write type. I have explained in my previous video as well. So here you can see set2 is a set type, right? So data type of set2 is set. So this is very simple. Now we'll see how we can add few elements in set2, right? So I'm just printing set2. So this is my set2. So let me add few elements, right? So I'm writing set2 dot add, right? Now what we can do is here I'm providing Shashank, right? So if I'm printing this, so I'm getting this Shashank get added at random location, right? This is at random location. This is not a particular index position, right? So this is how you can add a particular element to a set, right? So let's check if I want to add few more things. So if you are putting more than one elements inside add method, so what you'll get error. Add exactly take one argument, right? You have given 2. So you can't pass more than one argument in add, right? So how can we get rid of this issue? That's why update came in glance. So update, right? Update, you can write it here. Now if I wanted to add, uh, let's say I wanted to add sing, right? Now I wanted to add, let's say p, sorry, anything def, right? So let's check. So if you'll print set2, you will get all those elements, right? So these get updated. So update is just to, let's say if you have to add more than one elements inside a set, so you have to use update function. And for add, you can add only one element in one shot, right? So this is all about add and update. Now we'll check how can we remove, right? Remove element. So let's say I'm writing set2 dot remove. I wanted to remove def, right? So let's check in set2 def is there or not. So def is not there, right? It get removed, right? Now there is one more function, discard. So let's say you wanted to discard, uh, discard what, abc, right? So abc, so abc get discarded. So you might be thinking, you might think, what is the difference between remove and discard, right? So we'll see how, what is the difference. So let's say if some element is not there in set, right? So what I'm doing is I want to remove 90, which is not there in this set, right? So what happened? It will throw error, right? It will throw error because this element is not there in a set. Why you are removing, right? But if you are putting 90 here, because in set 2 90 is not there, right? So in discard won't throw error, right? So this is the difference between remove and discard. Remove will throw error if the element is not present in a set. Discard won't throw error, right? So this is the difference between discard and remove. Post execution you will not get any error, right? Also let's check union of two sets, right? So union of two sets you can get by two way. First of all, we'll see how the first way using pipeline symbol, right? So let me print this set1, right? Set1 is this. So I want to do union of set2 and set1. So what union will return? First of all, we should have to know, right? So union will return the result of the all elements, unique elements. It will concatenate all the unique elements. However, the common elements, let's say Shashank and Shashank is common. So in result, only one time Shashank will be there, right? So we'll check it. So first way is using pipeline symbol. You can write pipeline symbol here, set2 and set1, right? So you will get the union of set1 and set2. Here you can see in set2 Shashank is there, in set1 Shashank is there. However, Shashank came once after if you are doing union, right? So this is the concept about union. Second way is you can use the union function as well. Let's say you have to write union set3, right? Set2, sorry, set1. So this will return this union, right? So you can do one thing, I mean, like, you can't see the difference because it's already get union, right? So let me declare set3 equals what I'm doing is 1 1 1, right? 2 2 2. So this is my set3. So let me do union dot union. Now what I'm doing is I'm writing set1 here. So you will get the union of set 3 and 1, right? Similarly, you can do intersection as well. So there are two ways of doing intersection. So let me print set 1 first. This is my set 1 and this is my set 3, right? Sorry, this is my set 3. So there is no intersection, by the way. So what I will do is, here I will add few common things. Let's say I'm adding 4j, right? So I got, so in set 3 4j, and in set 1 4j, these elements are common, right? So once we'll do intersection, we'll get the common one, right? So let me do intersection between set 1 and set 2. First way of doing intersection is, you have to write variable name, you have to put ampersand sign. Now you can write set 3. So you got the common elements, right? So that's how you can do it. Now second way is, let's say I'm storing this in str sorry, set 4, right, equals. So in set 4, 4j is there, right? I'm adding one more thing. Let's say I'm adding 23, right? 23, right? So this is my set 4 and this is my set 3. Set 1 I have to print. Yep. So this is my set 4 and this is my set 1. If I want to do intersection between set 1 and set 4, so what we should have to get 23 and 4j, because these two are common, right? So let me do intersection via intersection method, which is the second way of doing intersection. Set 4 dot intersection, right? So you have to simply put this thing here, so you get the common thing, right? So this is how you can do intersection. Now we'll check one more. Let's say if I want to pop some element from set 1, right? So simply we have to write pop here. So it will randomly pop any element, right? So if I'm executing same thing, it's again popping 4.5, right? Sashank 4.5, it's randomly pop. There is no index here in this set, right? So it won't pop at a particular from the particular location, right? So if I'm printing this, so I'm getting 23 and 4j because two elements get popped, right? So this is all about I mean, like, we have discussed all of these concepts. We'll see differences of two sets, right? So let me print this is my set 1, right? Now this is my set 4. What is set 3? Let me declare one more set. Set 5, right, equals, what I'm doing is I'm just putting the same thing here, right? Now 1 comma 2 comma 3, right? So these are the elements of set 5. So let me find the difference between set 5 and set 1. So what it will happen, it will remove the common thing, right? So we have to write set 5 minus set 1. Simply you will get 1 2 3, right? Because set 1 23 4j, 23 and 4j, if you remove this, you'll get 1 2 3. So this is how you can get the difference of two set, right? Also now one of the very important concept, which will be frozen set, right? So what is frozen set? So a frozen set in Python is a set whose value cannot be modified, right? So we'll see if we are making set 5 as a frozen set, let's say. So what I'm doing is set 5 dot, simply we have to write frozen set. Now what we have to do is, we can simply write frozen set equals, let's say I'm writing 6 equals frozen set. Now what I'm doing is, here I'm writing 5, right? So in frozen, in set 6, let me print this first. So set 6 became frozen set, which mean we cannot add or modify anything from set 6, right? So let me check this once. So what I'm doing is, here I want to add something, set 6 add. Now I'm adding 23 3, right, 233. So if we'll do this, it will throw an error, right? So as per the concept of frozen set, we cannot add anything. So this is all about set. You can pause my video and you can note it down for your further remembrance. Let me know if you have any queries in comment section. Thanks guys.